Well, if you were able to pay your student debt, yay! But we're in the middle of a pandemic, sir. Most people don't have work. And people that do have work, a lot of those people have had their hours cut. I saw this earlier today, and and see it later today. Now it's now, and later would be after the show. Today I saw this clip. It was interesting because we've been talking about debt, student relief, right? Wipe out student debt. Some people ran on it. Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren call on Biden to bypass Congress and forgive $50,000 in student debt per person. Oh, God. Chuck Schumer. Not one of my favorite people, but here goes the clip.
These folks have great futures, but they're burdened by debt. We want to remove it. We're ready for questions. Only on topic. Yes, I have spoken to him. I have told him how important it is. He is considering it.
Does he believe that he has the executive authority?
We believe he does, and he's researching that. I believe when he does his research, he will find that he does.
President Trump has exercised.
Right. Good. This has a limit. If your income is above $125,000, it doesn't affect you. Thank you for asking that. I forgot to mention it. It only affects middle class and poorer students. Okay? Well, Angela, any of you guys want to say anything else? Nope. How about you, Jamal? Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming, everybody, and thank you to our great students. Thank you very much. On this subject, that's the only subject. Go ahead. Well, they're going to have... Look, lots of students paid off student loans, but it's such a burden. It's good for everybody, to make sure that this debt is vanquished. It's never been this high. When I got out of college, it cost $1,700. My father was an exterminator, but we could afford it. People can't afford it now, so it's gotten worse and worse. Thank you, everybody. Yep. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it.
$50,000 worth of student debt removed for every student. That sounds interesting. That sounds good. Sounds a good place to start, right? It's way more than the $10,000 that Joe Biden was thinking about. Biden supported canceling $10,000 student debt by way of legislation. He hasn't indicated if he supports this $50,000 student debt removal for borrowers via executive order. So no one knows if Biden's going to agree with this. But that's the least he could do, right? That's the least he could do, right? This is a good thing. I got to say I support this. I want more than this. But I support this. But this is just an idea. It's not even Joe Biden's idea. It's not Kamala Harris's idea. This is Chuck Schumer, Elizabeth Warren. It's their package, right? I'm sure others have signed on to it. I'm sure Bernie signed on to it. Probably many others. Warren argued that the measure would give a boost to the nation's economy as it grapples with the ongoing pandemic. She also said the proposal will help close the racial wealth gap, while arguing that Black and Latino students are disproportionately impacted by student debt. Group with the most amount of student debt are Black women. Black women hold a lot of debt. Student debt. College should be a ladder up, but the student debt makes it an anchor down. For far too many students and graduate students, some years out of school, student loans and federal student loans are becoming a forever burden. The Senate leader also said on Monday, according to the news outlet, they stand in the way of people getting the job they want. They stand in the way of buying a home, of starting a family, of buying a car, and they hurt our economy dramatically. I got a comment about the guy at the very end who made a comment to Chuck Schumer. He said something that I've heard ASO say. He said, well, what about all the people who have paid off their student debt? What about people who just paid their student debt off? What do they get? They get to go fuck yourselves. What a fucking selfish bastard. Oh, we know that student debt is a huge problem, but if we help these people, we can't jump in the time machine and help people who already paid. Well, if you were able to pay your student debt, yay! But we're in the middle of a pandemic, sir. Most people don't have work. And people that do have work, a lot of those people have had their hours cut. And the debt's just going to continue to grow. So you would have us do nothing because we can't take care of people who already paid. Well, you know what? Once you put together another bill, since you're such a smart ass, that takes care of that. What a bunch of selfish assholes, man. Well, if it doesn't help me right now, what good is it? If it doesn't help me, everything's not going to help you. Child income credit, child earned income credit. If you don't have children, it doesn't help you. It's not my fault you didn't drop your kids, didn't knock the missus up, right? But so we don't help families because you don't have a family, so screw the families. We're in a society, dumbass, and a society wants its people to have a certain level of living. That's all. Some selfish bastards in the U.S., man. Selfish assholes, man. If it doesn't impact them, they don't give a fuck. All right. I'll keep you up to date about student debt relief. I know it's important. And I know it affects a lot of people. It's not just kids. People always envision there to be children. There are all types of people that went back to school trying to get different jobs. All types of people with student loan debt. Chuck Schumer said if you make over $120,000 a year, you're not eligible for this. So that's something to consider. So maybe that guy will feel better that, you know, not everybody's going to get it. So you feel better now? Not everybody's going to get relief, so don't worry. Some people will still be stuck. Person who makes $125,000 is fucked. Feel better now? There you go. Yay! You're not the only one, hoes. Great.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to TimBlackTV.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.